Welcome to Feral Ladies of CKP, where we have already been feral. But that part is not on camera because we are smart. So, welcome. So as a reminder, this is the second episode of the show, which means we're still figuring out what we want to talk about. Mostly it's whatever we want to talk about, because we have no manners and we don't need to be civilized. We just live our lives as feral ladies. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves because we are joined by an amazing guest tonight. The one, the only, the fabulous H.Y. Gregor. So we'll go around. I am Marisa Wolf. I am joined by my co-host, Feral Denmates? I don't know. I don't know what we are.
Definitely.
Denmates? Totally.
Packmates?
Well, I am.
Packmates?
It is a wolf show, so no. Anyway, here we are.
Packmates.
Ladies, would you like to introduce yourself and then we will talk about Haley?
Yeah. Melissa will go first.
Yeah.
Melissa will absolutely go first. Okay, hi, I'm Melissa Olthoff. I am one of the feral ladies. I write sci-fi, I write fantasy, and I sneak in romance everywhere because I write what I love to read.
Love it.
Right on. I'm Kacey Ezell. I am also feral. I also identify as feral. Let me see. What are my labels? Let's see. I am feral. I am genre fluid. I write science fiction, fantasy, alternate history, a little bit of horror, some romancy type stuff. You know, just all the things. Because I too like what I wrote. No, yes, I like what I write, but I also write what I want to read. Like Melissa. Words are hard. I'm a writer.
Words are hard.
Yes.
I had to think about that before I said it.
Yeah. We're speaking them. So it's different.
It's different. Yeah.
What you got, HY? You want to introduce yourself before we talk about you?
Sure. My name is Haley H.Y. Gregor. And I am a new baby writer. My debut novel comes out in June. It's next month because it's May now. So
congratulations.
And I write mostly epic fantasy. So that's me. I don't yet have tags and identifiers because I'm new. Apparently, I'm learning how to be feral tonight. So this is school for me.
No, girl, you know how to be feral.
Lies. You are already feral.
Feralness.
I feel like, okay, so I met Haley super briefly at Superstars 2 years ago.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh yeah, she seems cool. Okay. And then I met her at Factory Con and I was like, I think she's my people. Yeah. And then she hung out at MarsCon with me and Kacey and I was like, oh, she's my little sister. Okay, done.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
And now you're never going to get rid of me.
Superstars. That's exactly my experience with Haley as well. Because Marisa and I are brain twins. Yet another label. Hashtag labels.
We love labels here.
Yes. Yeah.
How many nicknames could we collect in one night?
Haley's our little sister. Melissa's like our other sister as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. I'm sorry.
The other sister.
She's the
I'm the redheaded stepchild.
But that we love. Yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty great.
I mean,
yeah, that's great. Yeah,
it works.
That was awesome. For a long time in high school, I dyed my hair red, like red, because the 90s. It was before Haley was born. It's fine. And
I was born in 92.
Oh my god, it's fine. Anyway, so
I was in high school when you were born. You're welcome.
Correct. Yeah,
I was alive. That's all. I don't like accusations.
You were a nugget at the time that I was dyeing my hair red. Anyway, so I would also joke that I was a redheaded stepchild. So it's pretty good.
Fair.
Yeah. So I mean, we talk a lot about like CKP is a family and we're all so great, and we are, and it's real. But like for real, I have found more like sisters and annoying baby brothers that I adore and big brothers, in CKP than like ever in the history of my life. It's pretty great.
It is pretty great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
See, and I have too, even though you guys I haven't officially broken through that barrier yet, but I feel
you're about to.
You're about to. You're working on it like right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'm working on a pitch.
I have to drag you kicking and screaming over the finish line.
I told you I was going to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a pitch. I promised a pitch to Oz by LibertyCon.
Oh my God, yes.
Woo, that's exciting too. No, I was literally talking about our story that we're going to co-write together next
No,
week.
so I'm doing both. Next week, yes. Starting on Friday, because I can't think about it before that.
Nope, other things. Same
Yeah.
girl, same. Except
Yeah.
Monday. I guess. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Casey. You're gonna say something.
No.
I see.
Do
Okay.
you want me to say something?
No. My video froze or your video froze, but you were like,
I think
made
her
a
video
noise,
froze.
and then you looked very intent, and I was like, oh, she's gonna say something, but it was just that your camera froze while you were looking.
Sorry
It
about that.
froze on like a great expression, so it worked
was.
out.
Yeah, it looks good.
Usually
It
my
wasn't like
camera
you were
freeze
like,
isn't like
Yeah.
that, but no, yours was like, I have something important to say.
And I almost never have something important to say.
True.
Yeah, hard disagree.
Yeah, really? Yeah, that's a no. It's gonna be a negatory, good buddy. So we are probably gonna talk about yeah, you're welcome. Whatever the fuck comes to mind. It's 6 minutes in. I cursed. Sorry, Jeremy, I love you.
Big fuck.
Feral.
I have to try really hard not to swear. It's part of my language.
Jeremy watched the first video and he's like, yeah, YouTube isn't gonna put ads on this. You guys are cursing, you're doing things. And it's like, feral. We're feral.
What part did you not understand?
You give me
We're
a
upholding
rule
our
and-
brand.
Yeah, that's right. This is my brand now. Thank you so much. Hashtag labels.
Also cackling.
Yeah.
That's why I hit. So, folks, we giggled quite a bit before we got started tonight because of who we are as people. I made sure to hit the record button right in the mid cackle for everybody laughing, and I feel like that's right. That's the energy that we bring.
Yeah.
To the table.
Yeah. That's on brand. On brand for sure.
Hashtag labels. So one of the things that we thought we would talk about today. So in the first episode, we talked about the impressions people have of us, as far as we can tell, and things that we wish people would know about us. And this time we thought we would talk a little bit about like prepping to go in public as a writer or a human writer, if you want to be specific, who also is a lady because we're feral ladies, and just like how we prepare. Like if somebody, which of you coined the term? Like, was it you, Casey?
It was
Melissa? It was
It
Melissa.
was Melissa.
Melissa, so brilliant. I'll let Melissa tell you about this term. Melissa.
So I was deployed to Iraq with an awesome flight commander. Actually, at the same time, girl Casey was deployed, and I was hanging out with her, and she's getting ready to go on this big meeting with like the upper base leadership, and she's putting on makeup. I'm like, one, how did you even bring that? Like, with you brought makeup? Okay, cool. And I'm like, why? Like, explain this to me. We're in the middle of the desert. We're wearing, ABUs. We're gross. Why are you putting on makeup? She's like, it's
15 degrees outside. Yeah.
Yeah, it is like super hot to the point where like 85 degrees felt cold. I'm like, and this lady's putting on armor. I'm like, or putting on makeup. She's like, it's my armor. She's like, this is like my confidence. And it helps me talk to like generals as a captain and talk about the airfield and, the air traffic control stat and all this stuff. But it's my armor. And I'm like, that is such a cool way of just describing how we prepare to like present ourselves to the world. So it kind of stuck.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
So I thought it'd be cool if we could talk about it.
Yeah. Do you want to start us off?
Sure. So I've got a couple of different ways that I put on armor. Back when I was still active duty, I called it putting on my captain's hat because that was my rank. I was a captain. And I had 100 to 110-ish people under my command. Most of them were between 18 and 21 years old.
Bubbas. Yeah.
Oh boy, it was fun. They gave me gray hairs. But when I had to be Captain Maroney, my maiden name, instead of just Melissa, I would pretend to put on my captain's hat. And it was like putting on invisible armor. Like, okay, this is now the person I need to present to the world. And I do that still, like when I'm at work and I have to talk to people like as a civilian, I still like put on that invisible armor of like, okay, this is my work persona. And it's not like I'm being fake. It's more like I am creating a set of rules for myself that I follow when I am when I'm wearing this hat. No swearing is usually one of the big ones.
Yeah. I like
at
to think of it
conventions.
as accessing. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
I was going to say, I like to think of it as accessing that piece of my personality, that facet of my personality, you know, because the armor that I wear for Writer Kacey is different than the armor that I wore as Major Ezell in the Air Force, is different than the the armor that I wear as, you know, Kacey EMS pilot. You know, you know what I mean? Because those mindsets are slightly different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Melissa. You were saying about as a writer.
No, that's exactly what I mean. You have different faces that you present to the world based on what role you are currently, doing. Like when we're just hanging out as friends, that's where you can relax. But when you're in a professional environment, whether it's at work or as a writer, you have to decide, how do I want to present myself? When I'm at conventions, I tend to be very extroverted, very bubbly and outgoing. I wear like cute little shirts, and I actually brush my hair and pretend that it's going to behave for more than 5 seconds. And I'll wear some makeup, like not a lot, mostly because I suck at it, but enough that I feel like I've put on my author hat,
Yeah.
And I always have my coffee.
For the liquid armor.
Yeah, caffeine is universal armor, I would say, for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what my role is.
Yeah, it
so
is.
When you said that, Kacey, about facets of personality, it reminded me. So today I was talking to a friend of mine who listens to podcasts. I do not have the patience, but she likes to report on them to me, which is lovely. And she was talking about how this neuroscientist was talking about why it can be hard to multitask. It's not impossible, but like it's basically you have a flashlight. You have one flashlight in your brain, and you can see things beyond the realm of the flashlight, but the flashlight is only pointing at one thing. And that just connected for me when you were saying that about like this is the aspect, like the flashlight. It doesn't mean the rest of my personality and self isn't there, but I'm probably not going to be as sarcastic to people who I've just met who might be a fan of a book or considering being a fan of a book as they would be to like my peeps, because who know that like I am sarcastic with you because I love you. So I just met you. This might be crazy, but maybe I will love you. But I've just met you. I don't want to scare you away with the sarcastic Marisa. She is outside the lens of the flashlight.
Yeah. I think all of those things are true, right? I think that these physical cues and I know you said yours was mostly mental, Melissa, but for me, physical objects play a big part of it, right? Like when I would put on my uniform, my Air Force uniform, that didn't mean I was automatically, all Major Ezell and all business and blah, 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 blah. I mean, anybody who like knew me in the Air Force would laugh their ass off at that, because I was silly and really sarcastic and kind of cynical. And, but I was also like, it is a mindset shift, right? It's like, okay, now I'm going to work to focus on my job. And it just sort of affected the way that I interfaced with the world, and putting on the uniform was a part of that. Right. And I think that's part of the reason that we wear uniforms in military service is, because it becomes like a trigger for your identity, the identity that they build up in you as a result of your military indoctrination and training. Right. And so something similar happens now that I'm retired when I put on my flight suit for my EMS job. I'm no longer, my hair is blue, so there's that. I'm no longer the same. It's no longer the exact same persona, but it is a related persona. Instead of having to be officer first, aviator second, now I am strictly a pure aviator. I'm the subject matter expert when it comes to aviation stuff. And then other than that, my job is to sit down and shut up and let the medical crew handle the patient and save the life. You know what I mean? I just drive, and I'm the expert on the driving part, and that's it. Which is part of the reason I love the job, honestly, because it's very
focused
and dried. Right? Yeah. Can we fly there or not? We can. Cool. Let's fly there safely. Cool. All right, we're here. Now I sit down and shut
I'm
up.
out.
You guys work miracles, do awesome shit, save people's lives. Okay, time to go. Okay, cool. We'll go get gas and then we'll go home. You know?
Very important thing. Very important thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. But the putting on that flight suit kind of again helps me get into that mindset of, okay, yeah, I am accessing that part of my brain, that part of my personality that is the aviation subject matter expert when it comes to, you know, helicopter aviation and flying in this local area and the weather conditions that are happening and all of those other factors that I have to think about.
Yeah.
I'm a very different person in the cockpit than I am at a convention, right? Because the writer aspect of my personality is very much like Melissa said. I'm bubbly and extroverted and funny and kind of flirty, honestly, is part of who I am, you know, not necessarily like in a sexual way, but more in a, hey, come connect with me way. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like
Can be my friend.
be my friend. You're going to be my friend now. I'm very aggressive about telling people they're going to be my friends.
I like it a
Or
lot.
little
Effective,
sisters.
too. It is very
Or
effective.
co-author.
All three of you became my friends, actually.
I distinctly remember you at VactoryCon telling me, because I had lost a bunch of shit. I was like, where are my keys? I don't know where this is. It's freaking out. And you were like, no, you remind me of you and you need to be okay because I need to be okay. So get it together. Or you said, you remind me of me, I think is what you said.
That's cute.
Because I couldn't find my car keys. Yeah.
Good.
That's funny.
I love that. Well, Kacey, all right, Haley, you have a badass style. Does any of that feel like armor, or is it just like I'm just a badass in my style?
It became that, I guess. Like going back to, I'm still very new. I'm still trying to figure out like what's going to work, and in anticipation of hopefully having fans in the future, like how I'm going to choose to interact with them, and you know the persona that I want to pull off and everything, which we've all talked about a little bit as I flail. Because I'm very.
You have
please
fans.
do.
You have fans.
Readers. Reader fans. See, but you guys know like me.
I'm a reader.
I'm a reader.
I read very well. I've known how to read for a very long time. I'll have you know.
I'm very
I read so
encouraged
good.
to hear this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good.
We talk
anyway,
good and words are
please
hard.
continue.
And
Words are
yeah,
hard.
like
Okay.
in anticipation of readers, then readership.
Mhm.
You know how I'm going to choose to interact with people. And I am not extroverted.
Yeah.
Very much at all. I'm not shy, and so I meet people and they're like, "No, you're not an introvert." I'm like, "Let me tell you something, though. I really don't want to be here right now."
You don't get to tell me who I am. First of all.
Yeah. So because it's perfect.
Cool and
Because
all,
I
but
can
I'd rather
write.
be alone.
Yeah, I can write by myself 95% of the time and then go out and do other shit, and
Mhm.
that's perfect for me. So it's great. But no, I have these, and I'm not a shoe person by any means. I will buy the same pair of sneakers and run them into the ground, and then go to the store and buy the exact same pair of sneakers and run them into the ground. But I have these leather boots that I love. They're wonderful.
They're so cute.
Yeah, and so I've collected. They're not inexpensive. So you know, over the course of the last 2 years, I now own 4 pairs because I have to have the colors. You know.
Yeah.
And they're cool and they're strappy and they're kind of like the ones that I buy are a little like kind of steampunky fantasy vibe. And they make me feel awesome. I think they're gorgeous, which helps. And some of them have a little bit of a heel, which helps.
A little bit.
Because
Yeah.
one of them is really flat, but I have 2 or 3 of them have like 2 or 3 inch heels on them. And I'm a munchkin, so like I appreciate that a little bit. I don't know. They're super badass, and I put them on, and I immediately like stand a little taller.
Yeah.
And so I integrate that
Sure.
because they make me feel cool. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
and people recognize them. That's the other thing. The first time I wore them to a conference was Superstars last year, and I think every single day I had someone say, "Wow, I love your boots." I'm like, "Yeah, you do. I love my boots." And then like I'd stand up a little taller, you know, like
Yeah.
so that helps.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I feel that way a lot of times about like, because I will deliberately do shit like that at conventions. Like, for example,
See, now it's deliberate. It wasn't before.
yeah,
I'm like, this works. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind
don't
of
have to think anymore.
too, because I started going to conventions as a fan. I went to Dragon Con as a fan for like 10 years before I ever started writing. Right.
Yep.
And Melissa went with me, and we would always like in the months leading up to Dragon Con, part of the fun was planning all our freaking outfits, you know,
Like we had like a plan. We are wearing this on this day, on this morning, and then
From
outfit
morning
On
to
references.
noon,
Wednesdays, we wear pink. Yeah. Yeah.
we had costume changes scheduled. And,
Oh, yes.
That's awesome.
We were regimented.
yeah. And it was that, you know, that
So
attention from people saying, "Oh, I love your corset," or "Oh, I love your themed t-shirts. That's cute," or "Oh my gosh, I love your costume." You know,
Yeah.
That sort of you know, boost or charge or feedback from having someone admire your look is, to be honest with you, quite addictive, right? And so when I started writing professionally, I still wore the same stuff that I would wear to conventions, but they were also giving me that lift in the case of a corset, quite literally. But
But mine did not do that though, so I'm still skeptical of this.
well, yours might.
You also
We'll get
need
there.
help. Corsets by yourself. Oh Lord. Hello. I'm just gonna keep my seat. Just keeps. It's fine. I'm gonna be here.
Bye.
Marisa's in quicksand.
I don't need to be here anymore. Okay, I've done my job. Bye. Corsets are not a one-person job. People, it's fine. I wanted to be tiny today, so I'm gonna be tiny now.
She's making Haley feel taller. It's fine.
I'm
Very well.
helping.
That's
That's getting awkward. It's fine. I will fix it in a minute. And fuck, I don't even know what to say.
Corsets are not to be done by yourself.
Yes,
No,
corsets are better with
teamwork.
friends. Teamwork matters.
Yeah.
I know there are people who can lace up their own corset and do all that, but like the very first time
I'm
you're
not
wearing
one
a
of those
corset,
people. Yeah.
no, but the very first time you're doing it, yeah, you need help. So
Yeah.
It takes practice.
Yeah,
I know I need help, Marisa. I know.
no, I know.
And all the things.
No, I'm talking about specifically corsets. Not because you will get to wrangle your own boobs. You're welcome. But somebody will be fitting the corset as you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here to help.
So yeah, the corset is one, and then I started doing it deliberately with things like this tiara, which is now part of my official headshot. Whoops, let me get it straight.
Yeah.
My official author headshot has this stupid tiara in it because I had it.
Sparkly.
Yeah, it's so sparkly, and it's blue, you guys, and it looks so good with my hair.
It matches your hair.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wear this because you know
Love it.
I'm gonna wear it crooked.
You've earned it.
Yeah.
I have been told that when I go to Dragon Con again this year, husband willing, that I must shop for a tiara there because I have had like zero luck. Nothing has spoken to me.
That's where I got mine.
Yeah,
I'm going tiara shopping at Dragon Con, y'all. It's happening.
I will watch you tiara shop at Dragon Con and give input that's mostly sarcastic. But
I found some
I'll
like
enjoy it.
elven. I found some elven type ones that would match your new tattoo. That looks gorgeous, like super like Lord of the Rings style tiaras. I'm like, that looks like Haley.
Low-key. I might buy earrings, but
There are also some. I feel like you've got kind of like a not like a goth emo vibe sometimes, right?
I'm a pseudo recovered like punk kid from high school. Never really grew out of that phase.
Yes. So Kacey and I have this amazing friend, Mona Lisa Foster, who is badass and
I met Mona Lisa.
amazing
Fantasy.
author.
We were on a panel together.
Wonderful.
She's so great.
Yeah,
She's a very vampire aesthetic,
Mhm.
and she has found some like goth, gorgeous,
So beautiful,
amazing tiaras. I might have
She
to
wore
go
at
back and
Fantasy was gorgeous.
she's
I think I saw her tiara at Fantasy.
she
was very like pro looking.
Yeah.
The panel that I had with her, she looked incredibly like professional and like on it.
So
I
great.
was very
Oh my God, I
impressed
love
with her.
she's very impressive. She's a very impressive person just to begin with.
Yeah.
But we should bring her on, you guys.
I was about to say the same thing. Like she
Yeah.
needs an invite.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Mona Lisa, beware.
You have been warned. We love you.
You have been warned. But yeah, no, she does the same thing. Like she puts on the clothes in part to put herself in that mindset and to be her armor against, you know, because she's also not really an extrovert.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But she has learned to interface with the public, as it were, as part of her progression as a writer, and also just in working as an adult in jobs where she had to interface with people. but she, yeah, she's the other thing too that I find interesting about Mona Lisa is that her. One of the things, one of the conversations that we've had is that so her husband is, I think he's an air traffic controller, but he's been doing it for like a really long time. So he's like
the boss of air traffic controllers.
He's in a leadership position somewhere related to air traffic control or the FAA or something like that, or has been in the past. And so occasionally she would accompany him to social events, work social events, and she unabashedly embraced the whole idea of this executive's wife, arm candy, role. So she's a beautiful woman, and so she, did her makeup, did her hair
with a physics major.
Yeah,
it's my favorite. I just
I know it's amazing. But so she would do all of these things and fall into this role as a social person because it was part of their partnership as a married couple to help him in his job in whatever capacity it was required. So
side note, here folks is where while Kacey and I are brain twins, you see the inherent differences. I'm like, let's talk about Mona Lisa and how beautiful her tiaras are, and Kacey's like, also let's talk about her let's stay on topic and talk about her badassery and her qualifications. It's like, oh yeah, we had a topic.
Details.
Let's talk about how great her tiaras were and how Haley might like one.
Well, and while that's true, I did do that. Sometimes the jobs flip, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, brain twins. Yeah, we take turns. That was an excellent one of like, and we have a topic. Remember, here we are.
We take turns sharing the brain.
We have two brain cells. Right. And sometimes one person has both. You're welcome. Today that's Kacey, and I'm just here to be chaotic. You know what? That's fine because I've been up till I was up till almost 2 a.m. Before this doing edits, so it's fine.
Yeah, you were up for a much better reason than I was up late.
I was not up for a good reason. I don't have a good excuse.
You were also doing edits.
You also did edits.
Yeah, but I finished before 2.
Oh. I mean, I did
then
too.
I was just 2.
I was just 1:39.
Yeah,
well,
I was just up.
So you guys know, I finished the main quest in Hogwarts, so you're welcome.
Well done.
Wow.
We've all achieved something. And I love that for us.
I kicked my husband's ass at pool.
Look, yes.
Good for you.
That's awesome.
We're all winning.
We're all winning.
We are all winners. Let's be clear. We're all winners. So for armor. So real talk, folks. I have been a weight gainer and loser for like my whole life of like, oh, now I'm very puffy. Oh, now I'm cute. Oh, look how cute I am. Now I'm puffy and cute. Now I'm just puffy.
You're cute.
You are adorably cute.
I thank you. I love you. I was not fishing for compliments, but thank you.
Of course, we were giving them to you. If you were fishing, I wouldn't have said anything.
Okay, but so I for sure am shockingly more confident when I am more in shape. Go figure. I know it's crazy talk in this day and age.
Yeah.
And so lately, going to cons previously, mostly when I was a fan, it was like cute costume. I had a corset. It was a pirate. It was so fun. I would have Kacey do my makeup because, like Melissa, I suck at makeup. I want to be good at it. I just also don't want to work to be good at it, and it takes like skill and practice.
Same.
Right? Like I admire so much the skill and the practice, and I just don't do it. Anyway, I'll just complain about it. Not complain. So do very cute things. And then I got like larger, and I didn't want to do cute things because I didn't want to buy new things, which is not cool. Ladies, don't do it. Buy cute things for you, regardless.
Regardless of your size, yes.
But so all of that was a very long way to say my approach to armor has definitely changed. So like one, if I need to be on the internet, I will at least put on mascara so I can see my eyes because I'm like, hey, friends, look into my eyeballs. They're very cute and you love them. And now you want to buy all of my books. It totally works, right? When I do buy all my
because your eyes are gorgeous and they pop. Even without the mascara, you have those
especially with the mascara.
Vibrant, crazy blue eyes.
But so like mascara is part of it. Inspired by my dear friend Kacey, I bought lots of very fun colored lipstick. I bought them in March of 2020. So then I didn't wear it for a very long time because we covered our faces. So that was kind of me in a nutshell. And lately I've been getting back into cute things. So like I have very nerdy jewelry and I will put that on for sure. Like when I'm going, I'll wear them in like real life now too, which is pretty exciting. But for a while, like it was like, I'm going to a con. I am going to wear my Rebellion Alliance earrings. I'm going to wear my Doctor Who necklace. I'm going to wear my Wheel of Time, whatever. Like it would get me so excited, and I would start to get in the mood of like, it's con time where I get to be a nerd and a professional and be with my people and be excited and exciting, I guess.
Very much so.
Yeah. So it's just like it evolves. Like as my body changes, my approach to armor changes. But there is something about that, like getting ready and like getting into that mindset.
Yeah, for sure. The process is key, 100%. And I think that's part of the reason that I enjoy makeup so much too, is because it's not necessarily role specific, like some of the things I was talking about earlier. But it definitely is something that makes me feel, because I enjoy wearing makeup. I like the way it looks on my skin. I like the way my skin looks with makeup, both with, relatively like tonight I'm wearing a relatively natural look. I like that, but I also like, the outlandish stuff with the winged eyeliner out to here, and the blues and the purples and the black lipstick, and because it's fun. It's a form of art and expression that I'm into, right? And I can really only get away with that at cons. Putting that on and spending that time doing something that is expressive and fun and hopefully results in something beautiful, which sometimes isn't always the case. Thank you, makeup wipes, for fixing many errors. That is helpful in the preparation mindset of, okay, now I have to go out and speak in public. Now I have to go out and present myself as an author, as a professional, as a brand, as a subject matter expert, as whatever else.
Whatever it is,
yeah. Another thing that I have is I'm actually wearing it tonight, and I don't always wear it. In fact, I usually don't wear it to work because I can't fly with it. But I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my class ring. Thanks. This is my class ring from the Air Force Academy, and cool. I wear this for a very specific kind of armor related reason. I entered the Air Force Academy directly after graduating from high school in 1999. So Haley was 3.
And excuse you, that's not time. That's bad.
Yeah,
time
we don't
math.
do time math. Sorry.
No,
but she was. And I was I was a very smart young woman, but I was also a very sheltered and kind of immature young woman in a lot of ways. And I was not prepared for the experience that the Air Force Academy was going to be. And therefore it was hard. It was really the first hard thing that I had ever done in my life. And that was a shock to the system, because I was that kind of perfectionist kid that school was naturally easy for me. Sports were not naturally easy for me, so I did not play them. Instead, I did dance, which was naturally more easy for me. You know what I mean? If something wasn't naturally easy for me, I didn't do it. And then I show up at the Air Force Academy, nothing's fucking easy. And it's like, what the hell? Why am I here? Is being a dragon rider really
so hard?
Did I have to do it like this? Yeah.
Where's my
but
dragon?
I did it.
Where's my dragon though?
Right. But I'm supposed to have a dragon, you guys. But I did it because I was also raised not to quit, right? And that was the right decision for me. It's everyone's decision is different, and there's no shame in deciding that place isn't for you and leaving. But the right decision for me was to stick it out. And this ring is a reminder that I can literally do anything for 4 years. I know I've got at least 4 years of suckage in me before I'm like, I
gotta go. Right.
Because it was the first hard thing that I did. And so when I need that little bit of confidence boost or that reminder that I can do hard things, this ring functions in that capacity for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool.
That's super. Yeah. I buy a lot of rings. I love them so much. Yeah. None of them are badass. They're badass because they're beautiful.
Oh,
they're not
totally
badass. Yes. Like this one I love. Oh my God, I love it so much. Focus, camera.
Come on.
Put your hand behind it.
Oh, wait, there it goes.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
gorgeous.
Beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much.
I have a little leaf ring that I wear to cons.
Yes, so
I wear it sometimes when I go places. It's just like a copper wrapper.
Yeah. Jewelry. That's been my jam lately.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally wrapping yourself in metal. What more kind of armor?
Yeah. I love it.
See,
I love it.
Honestly, I got out of the habit of wearing jewelry after kids because when I had kids, I had a farm, I had
Oh, yeah.
horses. There was no jewelry wearing. And I used to have my ears pierced. It was so cute. And my ears just like constantly closed up. So I gave up. I'm like, 4 times is not the charm, clearly.
Yes.
But what
yes.
I tend to do is a little bit more permanent. So I'm very careful before I do these things. But I love to collect tattoos.
Yes.
And really, one, my fancy chicken has healed up beautifully, and
So
it's
Yeah, it's
so pretty, and
gorgeous.
I love
It's
it.
so pretty.
It's eye-catching, and it's like everything I wanted. But I have 4 tattoos. Every single one of them has multiple layers of meaning, and some of them I will share with whoever wants to know, and some of them are like just for like close personal friends to know what it really means.
Yeah.
But it's also a form of armor. It's a form of like this is who I am, and I've literally permanently tattooed it to my skin for the world to see.
Yeah.
So it's
love
kind of
that.
fun.
It's the Maui approach to tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I love that. I've realized, so for a very long time I worked in fancy pants roles in education nonprofit, and so like you can dye your hair, you can wear fun things, you can have tattoos, but like I never really felt like I could do those things. And so these last 2 years, gotten purple hair. I now have visible tattoo. 2. I almost said tattoos. I'm planning the other visible one. I do not have it yet. But like, I'm just gonna take this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Mine is a smug peacock. So Melissa has a fancy chicken, and I have a smug peacock. They're so good.
Fancy chicken.
Thank you, Nick Peterson.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Nick.
Nick being
so-
my twin.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Yeah. Hundo P.
yeah. Like I don't know how the math works that he's my little brother and Melissa's just like straight up my sister, but it's fine. It's fine.
We don't do
I
time
think
math.
Melissa
That's how
might
it
be our
works.
slightly younger sister.
maybe.
Yeah.
We're like a little baby.
And then Haley's the baby.
Maybe my baby sister. It's okay. But I'm realizing, like, as you were saying that, Melissa, like, genuinely just then I was like, oh, I am visibly separating myself from that part of my life. Like, I am saying, like, this is a different phase. And even if I do go back to work in a nonprofit, right? Like, even if I do go back to work in a nonprofit or something, like, I'm not going to be that same girl who's like, okay, well, let me be very careful and
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna be like, this is the bitch you get, friends.
There was a girl in my paralegal office who she's about my height, so I'm 5'2". She may have been a little taller than me, and she had a mohawk, like a 4 or 5 inch, really really tall, right? And it was
Yeah.
thicker, right? But she had the side of her head shaved, and she would dye it outlandish colors, and she had a bunch of like several ear piercings, and I can't remember if she had a nose. This girl kicked ass. She was amazing.
Yeah.
And when I talked to the attorney, she said, oh yeah, so when she came in for her interview, we saw her and said, eh. And then we interviewed her and we were like, fuck yeah, she's awesome. So I think that like we need more people like you so that the rest of us can feel like I can have purple hair and I can be a professional, and that's a good thing.
Dude,
Because she was amazing. I loved her.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, and obviously it does depend on the profession, right? And so like
Yeah.
Melissa and I used to be in a profession where it was written into the rules that you can't have purple hair. You know?
cannot.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
Although we can now
Yeah.
have ponytails, which is an improvement. So yeah. But you're very right about separating, you know, the physical things that you do, kind of separating yourself from, you know, from like old jobs or phases of life that you've transitioned out of. I joke all the time that when men retire from the Air Force or the military, they grow facial hair.
Yeah.
When women retire, they get colorful hair and nails, which my nails aren't done right now. But yeah, we dye our hair and we get colorful nails. That's
I
what
love
we do.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Because we can't do it in uniform.
That's
you
one of
know?
my favorite parts. I can paint my nails whatever color I want.
Whatever color I want.
It's curly and I love it. I have all the colors.
Yeah.
I'll say too, like Haley, to your point about in fields where you can, like writing, where you totally can, do whatever that is comfortable to you. One of the very first, so I still consult, like I'm still in that world. And every now and then, like for the first call, I'll pull my hair back because you can't tell as much it's purple, but I don't really do that anymore. I'm just like, hey clients, what up? This is what you get. And one of my favorite, like I have such amazing clients. And I had this one who one day she got on the call and she's like, I'm wearing purple lipstick because I knew I was going to talk to you today. And every single person in this building has complimented me on my lipstick. I'm gonna wear fun lipstick every day. And I was like, I love you, and this is amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it becomes her armor, right? Because she's like, this is a thing that, you know, people give me good energy, people give me good vibes, people give me good compliments. I am so pro fun lipstick. I have worn black, I have worn blue, I have worn purple. I think I've even worn green. Like, it is definitely, there are definitely pictures of me at a con signing wearing blue lipstick, and I look kind of cyanotic, but it's awesome.
It's amazing. No, you look so great. I bought fun colored lipstick because of Kacey rocking it. Like for sure, like full uncopied. It was amazing. And our first Fantasy, I think. So at LibertyCon one year, I'm going to tell Kacey's story because it's delightful.
I don't know what story this is.
It's going to be so great. David Weber, badass author, amazing, just incredible, bought one of Kacey's books, and she goes, "You want me to kiss that for you?" And he was like, "What now?"
No, so it was Weaver. It was the book that I did with Mark Wandry, and David bought it from Mark and was like, "Can I sign these? Or can you sign these?" Yeah. And so Mark signed it with his purple pen because he's like, "I only use the purple pen for special people." And I was like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. I should have
It's a really good idea.
I should have a thing like that."
So smart,
and I didn't have a cool colored pen on me, but I had blue lipstick. So I kissed the book.
Yeah.
And he blushed bright red.
It was so cute. It was so cute. It was so cute. So yeah, so fast forward like 8 months later, however time works, to Fantasy, and somebody said to Kacey, like, they were buying Assassin, or they were buying something that we wrote, and said to Kacey, like, "Hey, so at LibertyCon, you kissed David Weber's book. Would you do that?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so then whoever it was a very nice person. I cannot remember your face. I'm sorry, but you're amazing. This looked at me and was like, "I mean, do you want to?" And I was like, "Well, okay, yeah, I wrote this book too." So I did. And that was it. Every single person, man, woman, child, everyone who came up, they were like, "We also would like this. Yes, thank you so much." And it was
sitting here, like, applying lipstick in between.
Yeah, we had to keep putting it back. It's pretty great. I would like to do that again. Actually, that was super fun.
Do that again. We should do that again. We should. Are you? Oh, if we do signings at Liberty, we should do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm not signed up for anything, but
I don't think I am either.
we'll just bring lipstick and kiss everybody else's book. We're like, "Mwah, you're welcome."
Come share my table, ladies.
Oh, okay.
Me and Nick have 4 hours between the three of us.
Oh my God,
three
I
of
love
us.
you.
God, there's 3 of us now. The 2 of us have 4 hours worth of table time. So come hang with us.
Point of order. There's Nick, there's Melissa, and then there's Nick and Melissa. The combo.
That is valid. That is
Twin bond. Yeah.
Can confirm.
Okay, we could also confirm that math of any kind is evil at the moment, and I should not attempt it.
Melissa is a professional math person. Just BT dubs.
I'm an accountant. I do this for
Hashtag
reals,
accountant.
and I suck at it. I have no excuse. No excuse.
No,
I'm not even drinking anything worse than mocha.
You were good at math all day. You shouldn't have to be good at math again now.
Really, no one should have to be good at math ever.
No, math is lovely.
I mean, accountants should be good at math. To be
Probably
clear.
a little.
You have to be good at it, so I don't.
The spotlight is not focused on that part of my brain. The flashlight. That's
what, yeah.
In the dark.
And that is valid.
That's
that is
Call back.
Totally
Full
valid.
circle.
Well done. That was good. That was good. The time math thing. Yeah, that was good. The time math thing came from, I don't think I've explained this on the internet before, and if I have, oh well. So I was complaining about math, and my 10-year-old niece was there, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I am not going to be the reason why she's like, oh, girls can't do math, or I can't do math because I was like, fuck no." And so I was like, "Oh, math is hard." Well, time math is hard. And she was like, interesting. And like 2 days later, something happened, and she was like, "That's why we don't do time math, right, Aunt Marisa?" And I was like, "That is fucking right." That's it. And you know what? Also, time math is super mean. So now it stands.
Well, to be clear, time math does kind of suck, right? Like, it's not normal base 10 math. It's like base 12 or base 60 or some weird combination of 365, you know?
Yeah. Nope, it's weird. It's weird. I do not
Also,
like
the
it.
80s were 20 years ago, and I will hear no different. So,
absolutely that. All day long.
Haley's like, "I'm not 15, guys."
Shut up.
I was not alive.
She wasn't born in the 80s.
That's
To be clear,
so close.
To be clear, I was born in the 80s. I am not a 90s baby like Haley.
I was born in the 70s. Barely, but I
Same.
was. Yeah,
Same.
high five. High five, twin.
I was born the year that Star Wars and Superman came out. So
Nice.
Ooh, that
I
I
explains
think
it.
I was born the year Jurassic Park came out,
I still win.
or right
Yeah.
before.
That's better.
I went to
I
see
was born-
Jurassic Park
came
in
out
the
in-
movie theater.
It came out in 92 or 93.
I don't know,
Nice.
but my
I'm out.
husband loved
I'm
it
out.
so much that when we got married, that was the song that we walked like our recessional or whatever it's called, when you like after you're married and
Yes.
you kiss and then you walk down the aisle
Nice.
back together,
Yeah,
was the Jurassic Park theme song.
that's
Badass.
awesome.
Yeah.
Instead of Here Comes
Amazing.
the Bride, I did the Imperial March.
Me too. Yeah. Really? I didn't know that.
Of course you both
Oh my
did.
god, we really are twins.
I love us so much.
This is
I
my
didn't know
shocked
you
face.
did anything.
What did you do, Melissa?
I said, this
Yeah,
is my
sorry.
shocked face.
Yeah.
Oh.
So shocked.
So good. Fine.
No, Sean.
So surprised.
Quelle surprise.
That's right. It's like Hundo P. So surprised.
Handoki.
Hundo P.
Which, by the way, means 100% for those of you
Yeah.
following along at home.
For those of you younger or older who don't do that.
Or
One
more
of the two.
coherent. I don't know. Poor Haley. She's like, what am I doing hanging out with you this
Two or
week?"
three of those references went over my head, but I wasn't going to call you out on it.
Oh God. That's what I
I wasn't going to say anything.
It's fine. Fine.
Look, I love you guys though, and all of my friends are older than I am.
You were gonna say
I
old.
rarely,
No, you
I
weren't.
rarely have associated. No, I rarely have associated with people my own age, even when I was like actually really young.
So, quick question. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. So it was a little bit younger than you because I used to be like that too, where all of my friends were older than me.
Mm.
And it was, I was
Most of my
probably-
life.
I was probably a few years younger than you when that like suddenly like shifted. And all of a sudden I started being older than most of my friends. So
I feel like I'm shifting the other direction. Like now they just keep getting older and older and older.
Well, it's
Like it used to be everyone was 3 or 4 years older than me, and then it was like 10,
Rude.
and then I have like but now I have like all my Eldros people that I work with, or
Yeah.
a lot of the CKP authors who are like, when they get sassy with me, I just go, look, hey, Kevin Eikenberry, you're old enough to be my dad, and that shuts him up real quick. So
Do not be mean to my big brother like that. Oh my god.
No.
no, it's
amazing.
only when they start it. That's
Fair.
all.
That's fair.
So,
Sour Patch. Sour
That is
Patch is an
amazing.
accurate designation.
It is
Yeah.
real,
I know I should have had. I didn't. I have one of those in
Hashtag
the
label.
fridge. Yeah, I didn't put
That's
that on
really
there. I'm drinking something else tonight. It's called Bucked Up.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
Oh, it's got a little deer on it.
It is, yes,
Yeah.
a caffeine.
Is it
But it's
yummy?
not a Sour Patch. So say again.
Is it yummy?
This flavor is okay. I won't buy it again, but I'm drinking it. So
Yeah. I'm
fair.
trying to transition out of my nocturnal schedule
Yeah.
to a day schedule, so I'm not drinking Red Bull tonight. But I'm drinking pre-workout because it's different.
this is a company that makes pre-workout and proteins and stuff. That's
Is it?
their thing. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
It's not.
My favorite thing about this particular group of feral ladies, y'all, is the other night. I think it was 2 nights ago. It might have been last night. I don't know how time works. But Haley sent a picture of her Red Bull, and it was evening time. It was post dinner.
Oh yeah, 10, 11 o'clock is when I crack those.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. And so then I was like, yep, also doing the 9:30 p.m. caffeine. You're welcome. And then Kacey goes, me 3. Here's what I've got. And then Melissa's like, what? Drinking my mocha.
Who needs to sleep?
Seriously, just the
Right.
quafecta, if you will.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
There's no time.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'm at a point where if I get 5 hours or more, I'm doing really good, which is not excellent, but
No.
where I'm at in my
But
life
at least
right
you're
now. So.
you're doing good, because I was getting like 4 to 6, and I was not doing well.
Yeah.
Like, my brain was like, I'm not here today. Do other things.
Yeah.
No,
I have had to come to terms with the fact that, and this is a really annoying thing about me, you guys. I need like 9 hours of sleep. I can push and I can surge and I can survive on less for a short period of time, but then I need a recovery period, right?
Dragon Con.
So like when I go hard during Dragon Con, that's right. I'm as good once as I ever was, right? When I go hard during Dragon Con, I always take an extra day of vacation on the back end before I go back to work because I need it. It's pretty rough. However, I have noticed when I'm on night shift, particularly like if we get calls at night, I can get those 9 hours in like 3-hour chunks. And I'm like,
it still works.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'll get like 3 hours at night. If we get a call at night, I'll get like 3 hours at work, and then I'll wake up, do changeover with the day guy, come home, drive home, have breakfast with Easy and the kid, and then go to bed, and I'll sleep for like another 3 to 4 hours, and then wake up. And so
that does not. Yeah, go ahead, Haley. Okay.
I was gonna say that my superpower, I always joke, is not sleeping. So I do the same thing. We're like Superstars week or like Fantasy or whatever. I'll get 3-4 a night, and I can do that for a week. But then I crash really hard after that. So.
The crashing is real. Like Jeremy. So the last couple of weeks, I have had the honor of joining the awesome nerds over at Super Geeked Up, which is this incredible improv podcast. It's so much fucking fun. You should definitely go check it out. Super Geeked Up. But they start at 10 p.m. and I'm an old lady.
Jeremy,
and
put the link in the comments.
Yeah. I love the whisper. We're an ASMR channel now. It's fine. And anyway, that was great. I loved it. Soft kitty. We're gonna sing tomorrow. Anyway, SGU. So I was on it 1 week, and then they asked if I would come back the next week, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I'm gonna be on it again this following week, along with Melissa.
Tomorrow.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be watching and
We're
laughing.
gonna mangle some songs, y'all.
But
I told them no. I said hard pass.
That's fair. You're going later for your book. It's good. It's great.
Not the singing. Not the singing.
Yeah, I'll not be singing.
easy
on
into
here.
it.
That's what she said. I said to Jeremy that I was going to do the podcast again, and he goes, "Baby, you're not that young anymore."
And then you proceeded to kick his ass, right? Because that's
because he's right. That was the worst part. It's hard. I am hung over the next day. I'm not drinking. Just the next day, I'm like, I was up until 1 a.m. But now I've been up till
work.
Yeah, I've been up till 1 a.m. for the last 7 days. So fuck it. It's just
you do adjust eventually. I'm just saying, you do adjust.
Hanging out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If I'm in bed before 3, I'm having a really good night.
But there's a difference between just relaxing on your couch and staying up late because you're too lazy to get up from the said couch because you're watching way too many episodes of Supernatural. But when you're on a show like this, we're for the most part, we're relaxed. We're just chatting and everything. But a show like Super Geeked Up, you are performing. Like you're doing games and you're being extra. And it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot of that mental energy, and it takes some recovery.
That being said, you're going to have a great time, Haley. Yeah. You're going to love it.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's so much fun, though. It is a blast.
Really
it is fun.
Yeah.
The Super Geek Up guys are really, really cool. And that panel that we did with them at Dragon Con last year was my favorite, hands down.
It was so good.
Oh, he told me that. He said that I have to go to all of the panels that you and Jeff are on.
I want to go.
Yeah.
They're oh my God. It was so funny. There were space aliens and orifices and
every innuendo in a nerdy
innuendo in his endo
in their endo. We almost filled the ballroom. It was insane.
How freaking crazy is that? That's amazing.
The premise of it was like tell an improv sexy sci-fi story, right?
Simple sci-fi,
simple sci-fi, yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. And Griffin Barber, holy shit.
He has the radio voice.
He does.
And then he's funny.
And he is super funny. Yeah. So I don't think you've met Griff, Haley. You'll meet him at LibertyCon. I'll introduce you. He's got this gravelly, I am a sexy man voice. You're literally the first thing I said to him was hello. The second thing I said to him was, okay, I'm gonna need you to read me the phone book.
Pretty great. He's pretty great. Yeah.
He is great. He's a really good author too, which is why I wrote a book with him.
Yeah. E.T. Dubs, the book that Griffin and Kacey wrote together. One, Second Chance Angel, so fucking good. Go read it if you haven't. I
description.
Jeremy. Read the description. He's gonna hate this, and I love it. Or he'll love it. I don't know. Anyway,
I love you, Jeremy.
Yeah, we do.
We do love you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I treasure our friendship.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say that, Jeremy. I treasure our friendship.
Okay, I'm gonna come right back to that, you guys. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
No, the book Second Chance Angel is not only so good that like I got to read it a couple of years before it was written, NBD, not the whole thing, just like the first couple chapters, because these motherfuckers were writing it and letting me read it like one chapter at a time, which was super mean because it was amazing, and then the book wasn't done for 2 years. It's fine. But
No, we wrote it in 6 months.
Yeah, but I didn't get to see it. Nobody sent me
Well,
the file.
because it
I had to
wasn't
go
out.
buy
It
it.
took. I mean, we trad pubbed it, so it took 2 years to come out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, I buy my friends' books. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so that book was so good. Not only am I, in my very biased opinion, saying it, this badass dude Ben Yallow, who is like a statesman of sci-fi and fantasy fandom, made it
He's so
his
cool.
one like 5-star review of the year he read it, and he reads everything, and he's super
does read
insightful.
everything.
I'm terrified for him to read anything that I've ever written my whole life. He also recently gave a very enthusiastic 4-star review to a certain first book by Marisa Wolf
Yeah.
called Sunrise Over Shippo, which you should
Hey,
also
I
read.
know her.
I almost cried when I read that review. I'm like, oh my god, he liked it. He's gonna read the second
Yeah.
one. I got
Ben
very
is like
emotional.
old school fandom, you
So
know, like
good.
he's on the planning committee for Worldcon. He's
Ben
Ben
from
Yala.
MarsCon and
Yeah, bow tie.
Fantasy. Ben.
Yeah,
Okay,
Ben.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I know Ben.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
really,
awesome.
really,
pieces falling
really
together. I got you.
wonderful gentleman, you know, always
Yeah.
like dressed to the nines, very
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
very
Classy.
polished, you know.
Mhm.
Bow tie.
And he'll just like come up to you and he'll hand you a tablet. He'll be like, "Here's a short story I thought you'd love." And you read it and you're like,
He's right.
"I do love this short story."
I both love it and also hate that somebody was so fucking talented that they write a 600-word short story that is goddamn amazing, and I am 43 before I read it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben, for making sure I wasn't 44 before I read it. But still,
Yeah.
She's not
Sorry.
bitter at all. No, it's fine.
no, not to Ben, because thank God, like there's just so much good stuff out there.
No,
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
Not like that.
But
We
to
love you,
circle
Ben.
back,
If you're
to-
watching this, if you watch YouTube, we love you.
we love you.
Yeah.
So I treasure your friendship. I love just telling Casey stories. It's my favorite. But so I, for a couple of years, was going to Dragon Con with Casey and Easy because Jeremy couldn't make it, or it just wasn't his jam because he is also not an extrovert and it's a lot of people.
Here's a lot.
And so at one point I was walking, and I know he says it to other people, but this is my version. So I was doing something and I was going somewhere else, and Casey's like, "Okay, I love you." I was like, "I love you." Casey's like, "I love you." And Easy goes, "I treasure our friendship." And I about collapsed. I was laughing so hard. Oh no.
Yeah, that's his thing. When our oldest daughter was a teenager, and she would like, you know, teenage girls go through this phase of like not wanting to say "I love you" to their parents, but then they also go through the phase of "Why don't you love me?" You know, and they don't want to say it to you, but they want you to say it to them all the time.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so,
get ready, Melissa.
yeah, so I'd be like, you know, "Sweetheart, I love you," and Easy would be like, "I cherish our friendship." She was like, "Dad, that's terrible." He's like, "Well, you know I love you." And she was like, "Well,
I cherish our friendship.
I cherish our friendship." They still say it to each other. It's adorable. Yeah,
That's
because
really
now it's a
awesome.
joke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
That's so good.
And
Teenagers.
Haley, I
Yeah.
told you, give it time, and my kids would come in behind me and
Pull up here.
interrupt. They,
I was gonna say,
I
you-
had it on mute.
I only saw the one with the ears.
Yeah, and you kind of like block. You
I
did a
didn't
really
see
good
anyone
job.
else.
You're like, nope.
I was like,
Nope.
ooh, shark puppy, but I didn't say
Yes. Yes. Finn,
yeah,
Finn
I was
came
gonna
to
say you
hello.
called it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, in my child's defense, she apparently left her blanket that goes on her bed on the floor.
Oh.
Not sure why, but they
Been
both
there.
said, "We love you, Aunt Marisa and Lady we haven't met yet, Haley and Miss Casey."
Aw.
They probably don't remember me from. They did try to hustle me at Factory
Oh,
Con.
yeah.
I did
Oh my
briefly
God.
meet your children.
Your kids. Oh my god.
My
Your
kids.
kids and
Nick's
Nick's
kids.
Man, they were running a racket.
See, but
at Factory
Nick's
Con.
kids told me that they thought I was 23, and I could have just like adopted all of them. It was
Nick's
one.
kids are just so So
They're
wonderful.
very sweet.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
do you want to watch us put on a show? It'll be $1.
$1.
That was
Wait,
my
Can I buy
show
this
we-
Pokemon
we
card?
never got that
no.
They ever
I
did
didn't
this.
give them
And then
$1.
they danced around like, here's the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, and you're like, so kid, I don't want to be the one to break this to you, but nobody wants to watch this show right now.
Nobody
Like,
wants
it's
to.
late.
Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, those who drink have all been drinking. Like, we've all
Yeah.
been eating.
It
We're
was cute,
tired.
though.
We just want to chit chat by the fire and be grown-ups. We're only humoring you because you're cute. We
Yeah,
definitely
they're-
don't want to watch your show, and we definitely don't want to pay for the privilege.
We're not on a pay. No.
Like, what are you doing, child? Like, he was hanging out with one of the regular camper kids,
Yeah.
and that kid was teaching him how to hustle. I'm like, I took him aside later. I'm like, Liam, that was adorable, honey, but you can't do that again. You can't do that again. You cannot hustle my friends.
Good
This is
instincts,
one time
however.
feel bad.
Correct. Yes.
I've
cute.
had
No.
the good instincts, however, conversation with my girls a couple
Conversation.
times. Like,
Yeah.
remember what mommy said about only using our powers for good?
This is one of those times.
Well, they'll know me after Imaginarium, so
Oh,
Yeah.
They're gonna-
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
they'll have to put up with me.
Well, in the meantime, tell them I love them back. So
Yes, same. Tell them I cherish our friendship.
will.
I cherish our friendship.
They'll be like, okay, we're oh, she's our friend. I knew it.
Oh no. Yeah.
I
Okay.
am their
second
friend.
thought.
They're
Stop
very
calling mistakes.
friendly kids. They were very friendly to my kid, which I appreciate. So
Oh my gosh, that was such a cute little
Well,
like
they
horde
still-
of children.
They still remember, and they're like, oh, is she gonna be at Factory Con again? I'm like, yes, I think
Yeah.
so.
that's the
And they
plan.
got very excited. They ran around the house.
Oh. I will
They
tell
were that
Alicia.
excited.
Laps were involved.
There were lots involved.
You can tell
There were
Alicia
lots involved.
Olive also ran around when she heard that she'd hang out with these kids.
I will tell Alicia that Olive also ran around.
Olive also ran around.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't think she understood in the same way Liam and Moira understood, but she totally ran around. Okay.
Oh
Oh
man.
man.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
so armor.
Armor. Dogs.
Dogs.
Like dog stories, kid stories. Those are also good. Good armor.
Well, those are good. Those are good.
It's a way to break
Freaking
the ice and
connect.
connect.
Yeah.
Connecting point. Yeah. Yeah.
So, unless but it's also I don't know. I'm always a little leery. If I'm completely honest, I'm always a little leery of sharing stuff about my kids online
Oh, that's
because
fair.
Yeah.
they're kids. Number one,
Yeah.
and number
Yeah.
two, like I don't talk about Easy that much either, just because I
Yeah.
choose to put myself out on
Yeah.
the internet. None of them have made that choice,
Yeah, that's fair.
So
That's a
Yeah.
really good point.
My
I have
dogs
the
don't get a
whole-
vote, so
That's true. And they
Go ahead.
can't complain. Like, they
You're
won't know any better.
Exist, Marisa.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I said you're
When
such a
I had the toddler raptor,
Yeah.
as he is affectionately known. We're gonna have to call him something else because he's gonna age out of that one.
kid
Yeah.
raptor.
Mhm.
But
Young
but
raptor.
Oz called him the Kinder Raptor. I think is probably where we're gonna go with
Yes,
that
Oh,
one.
Kinder
that's
raptor.
cute. That's
That
fabulous.
is-
Yeah.
it is.
I love it.
Because we're rapidly moving away from toddling and moving into terror ring. But
More on the.
I had this
velociraptor.
thing where I was like, I asked my whole family, I was like, look, don't put him on the internet. I don't want his
Yeah.
picture on Facebook. Like, please just don't do that. Because if I grew up and my mom, who wouldn't have done this, but if I grew up and found out that my mom had been like plastered my face and like
Yeah.
pictures of my everything,
Mhm.
videos, and whatever, all over Facebook, I would
Yeah.
be super pissed off.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're just going to protect that for him
Mhm.
until he's old enough and can make his own choice. And
Yeah.
then if he wants to do whatever and be a YouTube star, go for it, kid.
Yeah.
But like, until then, he will be the toddler raptor. And that
Yeah,
that's
works.
Absolutely.
And occasionally humorous, but not really something that I'm going to advertise either. So
Yeah.
I think it's
I get
fair. Yeah. My niece
That's how
also
I am
is not
too.
allowed.
I will use their names, but not very often. Most of the time, I just say like my oldest or my youngest or whatever.
Mhm.
But,
yeah.
The husband, the hubby. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Nope. Jeremy gets his name on here, so that's too bad.
because he's
But
the producer.
he's the
He
producer.
is. And the con husband and
That's
just the awesome.
We share him. It's fine. It's not weird. Um,
Don't worry about it,
Not-
folks. It's fine. I promise
Not
it's
for real.
perfectly
Yeah.
normal.
very boringly monogamous over here. However,
Who supplies me
Except
with
at cons.
right when at con,
There are people who that's legitimately
That's-
like
yeah,
their
that's right.
paradigm is
Yeah,
we are monogamous except for at con, and I'm like, oh,
dude.
well,
all
con
right.
is a really risky time.
Risky
There's a
little
lot of
game.
people here.
Yeah. Okay. target rich environment, though. I
I
guess.
guess, you know,
You do you.
and not for me to judge. You're
Correct. Like,
you're consenting adults. It's all you.
yeah,
you know?
we jokingly say not here to kink shame, but also like for real, we're not here to kink shame. Like,
Right.
live
Agreed.
your life, man.
Yeah, not here to kink shame.
Yeah.
So,
No. Mm-mm.
but also not for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No
No follow-up questions.
There will be no follow-up questions. Next question. Thank you so much. Very good. All right. Somehow, cool kids, it's been an hour. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened because, again, as established, time math. But let's go around and tell people again where they can find you here on these internet streets and out in those like real world streets where you'll be practicing your armor.
Am I going first again?
Let's go again. Yeah, go ahead, Melissa. You got this.
All right. You
That needs
can
to become
find
like a
me
thing.
at my website. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We have an
Melissa
order
goes
now.
Yeah.
We do. That's how we do.
Marching order.
So you can find me at my website, melissaolthoff.net. If it's familiar, it's because I totally copied Marisa's website because it was super, super cute. So I'm there. I'm on Facebook. I have an author page and a regular page. You don't have to be my friend to see all my stuff. I'm also on Chris Kennedy Publishing's website, and I am on Amazon. In the real world, you can find me at LibertyCon. Like everybody on this awesome podcast, we'll all be there in June, which is like next month, which is super fun.
7 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, so excited. It's going to be awesome.
Not
I
that
will
anyone's
also be at InfinityCon in July with I pointed in the right direction with Haley.
No,
in
you
Louisville.
will not.
No, you didn't.
Imaginary.
I did
Well,
not- well,
she may be
for
pointed
me,
at,
for me.
but it's not infinity. It's Imaginarium.
Oh, I did say Infinity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, what's this one? I want to go.
Words are hard.
I want to go.
Apparently you are.
InfinityCon. InfinityCon is where I was supposed to go with Nick and Ian, but that's the weekend before Imaginarium. So now I keep
Is
mixing
that the
them
one in
up.
Florida? Gotcha.
Yeah.
But because I have a book up for best sci-fi novel of the year at Imaginarium, I'm going there instead.
Yeah, you do.
So exciting.
So excited. And 2 short stories because that happened and it's cool.
Yeah.
One of them
Yeah.
a Valkyrie story. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So good.
I
is
will hopefully
excellent.
be at DragonCon and FactoryCon. Oh, and I just had a book come out, so buy my book.
Buy your butt.
Buy
did.
Melissa's book.
By Melissa's book.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Hunters and Hijinks. Office Space goes pirating.
Yes.
In space.
With a little bit of Goonies thrown in for good measure. It's shenanigans with space hyenas.
Yeah.
We love that.
Get it.
Get it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Kacey. You can find me at my website, kaceyezell.net or .com. I have them both. And you can also find me here on YouTube at Kacey Ezell Writer Life. Had to think about that for a minute.
What do I do?
Yeah.
I love it.
The description.
Yeah, Kacey Ezell Writer Life. You can I have videos on there about my life as a writer if that is something that is interesting to you. But definitely go to my website and sign up for my newsletter. You'll get an email from me once a week. You'll also get a link to my private Discord server, which is just for like friends and fans, and there's a raccoon fight club on there. You should totally come check out because it's super fun. We do
Proud
fun events.
instigator and creator and inspiration
Haley
of
Paul.
Raccoon Fight Club.
You can blame Haley
That's
for
my claim to
Raccoon
fame.
Yes.
founding member of Raccoon Fight Club.
So good.
Unlike the real Fight Club, but we talk all the time.
All
about
about.
so yeah, come check that out. Real World. This is going to surprise the hell out of all of you, but I will be at LibertyCon.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Can you believe it?
Good, because you're my ride. So
Right. Yeah. So I'll be at LibertyCon in June, 3rd week in June in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And 3rd.
oh, I don't know. I was just doing that because you said third.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the
yeah.
third.
Yeah, it's like the
Who knows?
25th. I
We're
don't know.
not counting. Just
I'm
count.
It's the 20.
It's also sold out. So if you don't have tickets, I'm really sorry.
You
Oh,
can
it
join
is
waiting
the
list,
4th
though.
weekend in June, but
Oh.
June is a weird. There's kind of 5. There's
Oh.
5 Fridays in June, so it's the 4th
Okay.
weekend of
It's my
June.
birth month and Haley's debut novel release month. So we need a lot of things.
There's a lot of things happening in June.
That's
Um,
true.
So much.
and Other than that, you will find me at DragonCon as well, at Labor Day weekend, which is not sold out because it's huge and amazing, and you should totally go and have a good time. And then FactoryCon, and I think that's it for the year. I also MarsCon next year, but we'll talk about next year later. So
Yes. Yeah, well, you'll see us again before then.
Yeah, for sure.
Haley.
Marisa. I updated my tag because my Instagram thing, I don't know if you can see it, is dumb. So you can find my Instagram or Twitter at Tovia H.Y. I'm on Facebook and Amazon as H.Y Gregor, and hygregor.com. Short and sweet. So you can check me out there. Maybe by the time this is posted, I will have a newsletter. And there will be a free short story involved in checking out my newsletter. That's a magnet for my novel that comes out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it is.
Because we're counting in weeks now.
So exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can also, I'm also on the Eldros Legacy website as one of their cohort authors. So if you want to go check out them, they're pretty cool. But people can read my book without reading any of the other Eldros books. So it's going to say like Eldros book 10 or 11 or something. Ignore that.
But you can start there.
Yeah.
It's
called
Haley
Stone
Book
Whisper. So
Haley Book One.
that's me.
Awesome.
Oh, I'll be at
LibertyCon.
LibertyCon. I will be at Imaginarium with Melissa. She's stuck with me as a roommate. So
yes.
Pray for her. And then I will be at DragonCon and FactoryCon, and I'm on to be a guest at MarsCon too. So
nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
That's so good.
It's a good lineup. I'm excited.
So good. I have no idea what 2024 is going to be. So 2023 though, MarisaWolf.com, MarisaWolf.net, because I go both ways. I will never get bored of that joke. I am not going to lie to you. So thanks.
Why? No reason to, really.
Yeah, thanks. It's true and great. So you're welcome.
It's like genre fluid. It
That's
just
right. It's just wonderful for everybody.
Yeah.
You can sign up for my newsletter there and get a free short story. Then I am currently sending those once a month. So you should expect tales of my RV adventures and gifts. No tea, no gifts, just moving pictures that are tiny. It's very exciting. You can also find me on Instagram at BookDogs. I post about my books and my dogs because my dogs give blanket consent by making me clean up their poop. So it's a trait.
Fair.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's science, Haley. It's science.
No, but I don't.
Yeah, but yours is gonna grow up to like vote and interact with the public. Mine are not. So,
eventually he will be capable of cleaning up his own poop.
correct.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're so close.
This is a lifetime commitment.
Almost
of
there.
poop.
Almost there.
Yeah. You're almost out. You're almost out. Don't let them pull you back in. Anyway, you can find me at LibertyCon because this is where all my favorite people go. I can't wait. And I will also be at DragonCon, which was my very first con ever. And Nerd New Year, you can't outdo that.
Right.
FactoryCon also most likely. Tiny chance we can't make it, but we'll probably make it. And that is my whole story. So check the links because we just made Jeremy put like 17 links in this description.
We love you, Jeremy.
We love you. I cherish our friendship.
They cherish their Great. And we will return to be feral on whatever schedule we decide to do these because we haven't actually decided.
We're just that
We're
feral.
feral and we don't believe in rules.
We do what we want.
Or time math.
That's right.
Yeah, time math includes
only the
future
rules we
time
write.
maths of scheduling things.
Right?
Yep. Here we
We
are.
do what we want.
We do what we want. Do what
Because
I
we're
want.
feral. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. We have permits that say we can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Can you see it?
Ron Swanson is our patron
Our
saint.
spirit animal.
Yes.
He's our spirit animal.
You know what? The patron saint of Feral Ladies is Ron Swanson. That checks out. I am in. Yeah.
He is neither a lady nor actually a real person,
But a little bit feral. And so
but
therefore
fully feral. And and definitely a
I
saint.
see no issues with this.
correct. Thank you. Change approved. That's how we do things here. So I hope you will
Your
continue
rules.
to join us. Yes. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you. Also, there are lots of other fun things on the CKP channel. You can go check them out.
Yes.
You can like by clicking that little thumb down there. That wasn't weird. But go ahead, do that. And subscribe. That's right. Subscribe to the channel. Check out all the fun shows. There's lots of good stuff going on. I don't just say that because I'm sleeping with the producer. And JK, he's my husband. It's fine. Oh no. Yeah, me too. I'm not drinking either. This is just what
Jeremy's
happened.
like,
This is
yeah,
just
I'm
us.
getting some tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy's like, oh yeah.
She
Also,
put it on the
gonna-
internet. It's canon.
Canon. You know what though? No, because he probably won't watch this for like a week. So I can do it. I can do what I want.
But then he's just gonna spring it on you because you're not gonna know if
He's gonna
he's
be like-
editing it or not. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I heard
I don't
this."
even know. Yeah.
Guess what? It
Guess
was
what I
on the
did.
internet. It's canon.
Well, welcome, and goodbye. Have a good night, you guys. Bye,
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.